So Nemesis is the self-titled debut album from Nemesis, a uh, Rogaland area, Norway-based solo black metal project from Sondre from Dunbarrow. And this is a solo project from the guy who put out a demo tape back in 2019. And it was clear that his focus, I thought this was more of a black doom metal band in general, because his first demo was kind of Warian-esque in terms of a sort of slower paced, doomed and atmospheric touch, which had a little bit of dissonance and a certain creep to it that was pretty cool. So I tend to follow Duplicate Records pretty closely, and that was kind of a standout that ultimately led to this full length. And some of that is still there. You know, this is a fellow from like a heavy psych band, and you don't quite get heavy rock from these songs. They're much more interested in modern, abstract, and avant-garde black metal in some respects, but this is also sort of a little bit more of a straightforward bedroom black metal concoction as well. So you get some of the black doom metal pacing in some of these songs. Really what you get is more of a psychedelic black metal record, which has some sort of it has a little bit of amateurism to it. Like the I think it's a drum machine on here, or programmed drums, and they're not perfect, but overall this record comes together for its psychogenic qualities. So let's cut into a song that sort of gives some of that abstraction a listen. So the album starts out with this obfuscating song. It's this big barrier to break through. It's a 5-minute song, and it just kind of, it noisily splashes about with a lot of just, I don't know. It's not a great start. It's a kind of a wall to break through before you get into the rhythms of the album. And I think right away, like Rite of Fire and a few of these other songs on here begin to stand out right away as not only closer related to the demo sound, but also showing that this is definitely a bassist. This is definitely a person who has compositional skill that really understands rhythms. And even if the programmed drums are kind of rigid at times, the bass does a lot to help that out. So ultimately, a lot of really interesting things happen throughout this album in terms of rhythm, and that's kind of where my main my interest is going forward with this group, is like seeing the hypnotic effect of this evolve into something that maybe is a little bit more professional in its recording, but also has that obscurant psychedelic quality to it. So there are a couple run-on moments that go on too long. Some of these songs are a little bit too long and kind of self-indulgent, but even that's kind of interesting as a touch of the artist. So overall, not a ton of notes here. I think this is a great debut. I think it has a lot of promise. I think the aesthetic is perfect, and I think the sound recording is pretty strong otherwise. So high recommendation for me. Go ahead and read about my notes on the album on the site and check it out yourself.